Okay, so really quick, you guys. If you guys were not here a bit earlier, I announced something that I'm really, really, really proud of. Okay, and if someone wants to do command RGGT, we're just gonna head right in. Honestly, we're gonna talk about it a little bit, and then we're just gonna go. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna do good things. Okay, so instead of doing like a just chatting and having my music on and just kind of like faffing around and taking forever to say bye like we're at a family party, I made a brand new Discord. All of my mods are already in there, and I'm really, really proud of it. And it's called RGG Therapy. And the reason why is because I feel like too many people have like ever messaged me and like talked to me about the games and talked to me about like how emotional it is or how they felt about it, their post-game feelings, any of that stuff. And so I decided that I was going to make like a safe haven, right? A space that I wish I had when I first started playing these games, because it didn't exist. At least for me, it didn't exist. And also like there's a lot of you guys in chat who also know, like, I fully believe in being a woman. I love being a woman. I empower women. And like, we stereotypically video games are like a boy's thing, right? A man's thing. And I always told Fred when I first started playing this game that I wish that there were other women who played this game as frequently as I did, and I never found it. And it wasn't until the past year or so that I found one, maybe, and they don't play as often as I do. So I wanted to be a woman who played the series and did a lot within it, and I wanted to be as extensive as I could be, and I'm still doing a ton of shit. There's a lot to do. These games are humongous. And I wanted to do that. So if there are other girls who want to play this game, I want them to be comfortable. And one of the reasons why this community is so important to me is because I want this to stand out to people who are looking for it. It's not exclusive to women, but I am huge in empowering women, right? And also, I wanted to have a space where we could talk about this game and the emotions that it brings, whether you're like a new player, you're a vet, you've only watched them, like anything, anybody. And I have a lot of like different sections in that Discord where, like, if you have played these games, there's no damage, there's achievement hunting, there's 100%, there's minigame mastery, all of that stuff. And I wanted to make something that I feel like I needed when I started playing this game, and I went in blind, right? So this is really a huge passion project of mine, and in conjunction with creating this safe haven, I wanted to be able to talk about like the current game that I'm playing, which is this one, the next one that I'm going to be playing, the replays that I'm going to be doing, and also Judgment, because I haven't played Judgment yet, and that's going to be really exciting. So it's going to be a really, really big passion project. I'm really excited to work on it and find like-minded people to do it with me and to be a part of it, and, you know, just love this series as much as I do. So anyway, so that's that, right? So like I said, in conjunction, what I am going to be doing is every Thursday at the end of stream, where I would typically call it and turn the game off and go into just chatting. Instead of doing that, I'm going to like talk about what we were doing and recap the last couple of streams up until tonight. And then I cut this VOD, I edit it, I post it on Saturday or Sunday, and then we do it all over again, right? So I know it probably sounds like a lot, and honestly, like, to me, when I was writing it all down, I literally have like stray pieces of printer paper that I wrote all of this down on, because I was like, well, what about this? And what about this person? What about this kind of player and that kind of player? And it sounds like a lot. It feels like a lot. But when you really like narrow it down and you really like sit in the niche, I feel like me leaning into this is the best thing that I could have done for myself. So anyway, and so I wanted it to be like anything and everything, right? So like, I'm really not amazing at combat, but I am really great with like the storyline and like feeling my emotions and knowing like why I feel the way I do with these characters and their development. And then when we get into mini games, we're gonna be talking about that. So like, there's just a lot to be done, right? So first, this is the first time I'm doing this, so I don't know. And I wanted to do it on stream too, because whoever is here gets to go through it with me. We get to talk about it together. We get to, we just get to kind of bounce things off each other. Like, it's literally just chatting, but instead of talking about anything and everything and sometimes nothing, it's about like what we've all just done. And then if people don't know what happened the last couple streams, we get to talk about it and fill them in. Welcome. It is the first installment of RGG Therapy. First time for everything, and I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited. And here at RGG Therapy, we always think that Majima deserves better. So, as someone that doesn't follow the series, this is great. Oh, Jiggy, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Like, I'm just trying to do, I'm trying to do things that I love and follow things that I feel like are really calling me. And I sat on this idea for weeks. And then another conversation I had with my fitness team captain was like, if you got a passion project, lean into it right now. We are currently sitting in chapter 2. We just got done with the Coliseum. The next step is to go to Sotenbori, and we're going to save Hanawa, supposedly. I am going to stop because I don't want to do this, because I know that's going to be a huge fight. It's going to be humongo fight, okay? I think on Sunday we finished chapter 1, no? The first chapter, I was fucking floored, yeah? So the game was beautiful. I didn't like Hanawa already, which is kind of ironic because we're out here trying to save that man, because I guess he's the only one in this faction that cares, even though he's fucking petty. I could do without it. Oh, wait! Best of what we got, which is true, right? We take it. It's not great, but we take those. They do have good banter together. I will admit that, right? I do like that about them, but I think at first everything is really, really harsh. But obviously that's intentional, yeah? That's supposed to be that part that's really digging into Kiryu not being able to do what he would have been doing, or being with his family, right? So that's that part where it's definitely emotionally trying to get you to dislike the current spot, but Kiryu's just kind of all right, whatever, it is what it is. Hanawa says fuck you bitch while bringing Jonyu into Las Vegas. yeah. So okay, so in immediate chapter 1, I did not like Hanawa, but in time, it's okay, I guess he's decent. We deal, right? We deal. Essentially, we meet Hanawa, right? And then Hanawa's trying to be well, you're gonna do stuff. You're gonna do your job because I told you to. Because it would really suck if the money flow to that orphanage somewhere in Okinawa happened to run out. But you know. Just saying. What the fuck? So I don't know. It was really, like I said, it was really, really harsh. And Kiryu was really I understand. I proposed this. I knew what was gonna happen. Hello? So you just get a bunch of really frustrating moments immediately, but I don't know, you get through it, right? I kind of feel like they just made him say that so that us as players understand what's going on. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. I don't know. I also think that like that's something that can't be skipped, right? So even if people didn't know what was going on, like if players didn't know what was going on, if it wasn't Hanawa, it would have to be somebody else, like Tsuruno, for example, right? Later on, Tsuruno shows a picture of like Kiryu at the orphanage, right? So we would know eventually. I'm upset because don't blackmail him with our kids, because he did this for our kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. So, yes. Okay. The Daijoji. It's kind of funny because I was literally like, we go from one family to another. Like, we go from one Yakuza family to another. And the only difference is that Kiryu is not supposed to be alive. And this Yakuza family is like spies instead. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, I was like, there's really no difference. Like, it's very minute and the context is situational, but there's no difference. People are still using my man to get shit done. Like, no fucking rest. My man gets no... We are in like installment 7.5. And my man is still not getting no rest. Okay? I was worried that they were like shackling him, right? Like, I was worried that it felt kind of prison-ish. Eventually, we realized that it kind of is. And I'm still trying to figure out, like, where this sits with Watase and Tsuruno. And I think that's just going to come as we go. But first impressions of game were crazy. Like, I could not take my eyes off. And I still can't. I still cannot. This game, they really put their whole ass into this game. Okay? And if every or anyone wants to know if it's worth it, it's worth it. First impressions for combat, right? So something that I have been whinging about this entire time, and I will until I get the hang of it, right? You have to lock on. You have to use your right bumper and then dodge. So you're not just dodging freely. We don't have rush style. We don't have brawler. We don't have none of that shit. So we don't just get to hit A. We don't just get to hit A and dodge freely and create space and give ourselves a second to breathe. We don't get to do that. I don't know the reason for that. I know that we talked about it a lot day one. And after playing through a little bit more and like fighting enemies and stuff on the street, I don't know. Day one was ass. And even now, I'm literally like still trying to do combat and I'm hitting A habitually and I'm getting smacked because I'm not dodging when I think I'm supposed to. That was my main pain point on Sunday. The spider stuff, the gadgets are super cool. They are super cool. I think that it's a really nice variant versus like having 4 different fight styles. And I love being able to have different styles and everything. But this one is kind of nice. I don't miss the other styles as much as I thought I was going to. And that's just a me thing. That's a personal thing. Oh, okay. So, I was stoked as fuck because I realized that we were in Yokohama. So when you go around and like have dialogue with some people, they like refer to Ichiban sometimes, which is super sweet. And I don't know like if that's everywhere, but I think I've seen it at least twice. Oh, we went back to money for upgrades. So that's good and bad. I don't mind it, but like when I'm gonna have to go and like spend money on gambling and things, I'm going to mind it. There's this cool thing. You get to use your spider wire to collect stuff around the city. Super Spidey. Spider Kiryu. I like it. It's really nifty and it's really like, it's fast. It like zooms out of his wrist. It's amazing. You cannot eat if your health is full. which I was really upset about until today when I found that there is a completion point, or not completion point, money unlock for it. So I guess not as bad. Oh, question. I haven't done dragon enough. We can't just, okay. We cannot just go and run up to somebody that's on the ground and kick them without using heat action, right? At least that's what I wrote. I don't know for sure. Because, let me know. So that's something super different if you've been playing as Kiryu a lot. Something that I really love the most is just being able to run up to somebody and kick them when they're on the ground. You cannot do that unless you're using heat here. It's small, right? It's small, but it's enough for me to be like, I noticed. So I was playing like a dragon, right? And I really loved that you could compare your current gear to the gear that you're going to buy. So I went to Love Magic in this game, and they do not have that feature. And I was looking around everywhere for it. I thought I was missing something. I thought I needed to unequip something. I didn't know what the hell. They just don't have it. Kind of a bummer if you care about that. I care about it, so bummer. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how you can't check what you have already. Agreed. Yes. So details. It's small things. Small things. Okay, and it makes me wonder, did they just not care to put that in? Did they forget? Like, how do we not have that? But it's fine. It's fine. It was a choice. There is a moment where Kiryu is speaking with Tsuruno, and he basically tells him that Watase didn't believe that he died. And I was just kind of like, I see. Watase is not just a big man. Watase has at least one brain cell. If you guys did play 7, then you understand, like, there is a really big moment in there. And it made me like, it felt kind of wholesome. Even though this guy was really like, I know you're him, and I'm threatening this person that you consider a friend, and I'm gonna beat you up, and I'm gonna beat him up. But, like, I'm only doing it because our boss doesn't think you died. So even though even though there were kids being used as bargaining chips and threats being thrown around, it was still wholesome. Oh, I wrote using Hanoa as a bargaining chip? Question mark. Okay, if I remember right, somewhere in that gameplay, when Tsuruno was like, I'll kill him, and he has, like, you know, a bang bang to his head, I was like, kill that motherfucker. I do not care. I don't care. Kill him. Like, I very much was not having it with him in that first chapter. So you were on some Chris Tucker Rush Hour 1 mess. I was, though. Kill him. I don't even like that dude. She said he gave us some lip. Shoot him. Go ahead. I don't even like him. Like, attitude? Shoot him. Disrespect? Kill him. I would be awful at this. Awful leadership. Never give me anything. Those kids would be dead, bruh. No, they wouldn't. I would do anything else except leave people alive if they wanted to disrespect me. Asia would expose herself out of pettiness. I can't say you're wrong. Oh, okay. So we went to Survive, okay? We went to Survive Bar, and I was so bummed that we did not see Kashiwagi there. We don't see Kashiwagi there, and Tsuruno's like, oh, he just threw out his back, so he's out sick today. Really? Out of all days? Out of all days, that's unreal. Now, right, we got to chapter 2, and there were only a couple of notes that I made because I was having so much fun with doing like Akame's stuff and exploring the city because we were back in Sotenbori. Pardon me. So we are helping the homeless, which is, you know, really familiar. And they use the same music, like when you're talking, when I was talking to Akame, there was like that really sweet piano, synth piano music playing. It usually happens when you do like a wholesome side quest. So they're using the same music, which they've done before, and it's fine. Oh, something that I really wanted to point out. The body language and like the small little cues and stuff are so much more prevalent in this game. Like they're better in this game than they ever have been. Kiryu is so expressive. Like he's like waving his hands around, he's shaking his head, he's like, I mean, his eyebrows are always like scrunched up, but like earlier he turned around and his eyes were big and I was like, oh. Even from like NPCs and stuff, their emotions seem really nice and big and genuine, and you can see them. So that I've been really excited about, and you can see it in everybody. I will say these chapters feel a little long. I'm not upset and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying like they feel a little long, and maybe it's because I'm not trying to rush my way through them. There's no rush really. There's no schedule. Not like how I had it when I was going from 3 through 7. The only thing is that I want to make sure that I get it done before the next game comes out, which is the end of January. So I got some time. I thought I wrote a lot more than that, but I guess it's a good thing because we got rated and we had a lot of fun with some of the new friends. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you guys for being here for RGG Therapy. And thank you for being here. First stream, it was fantastic. I had a great time. We got to see Kiryu in a tuxedo mask. Guys, thank you so much. I think what I'm going to do here, I'll pause this. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you for listening to all of the stuff that I was talking about today. So then I'll see you guys back here, same time, same hot people, same you guys on Sunday, okay? I love you, I love you, I love you. You guys be cool. Bye, 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 bye.